Give YouTube a chance to catch up. Oh, yeah, it's live. Hello, everybody. Give me one more second just to make sure I got all of this cranking as it should be. Checking out the old dashboard here. Making sure everything is running smooth. I'm going to just share this real quick to my folks. And we will get it started. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody is doing well. Or, as we like to say, hope everybody is doing good. Anyway, let's get it popping. All right, anyway, for those of you new to the showgram, I am Doc Rock. He is I, and I am him, the one and only. I am a random access nerd out here in Honolulu, Hawaii, and was basically reacting to a feed that a question that showed up in one of my social feeds. A buddy of mine, James Cole, a good buddy of mine I DJ with for many, many years, probably taught me the most I ever learned about the DJ game. He said he wanted to learn how to use Photoshop to make some flyers. And a lot of people had really great suggestions, where to go, what to look at, places where you might be able to learn Photoshop. But it dawned on me, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, hey, self, you know, somebody like James doesn't really need to go all the way in on Photoshop just to get these sort of ad hoc graphics put out. So I thought one of my favorite tools is Adobe Spark. Now, I'll get more into what it is, but you can find it at spark.adobe.com. That's SPARK.adobe.com. And I am a person who is well-versed in Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Quark Express, like all kind of graphic-oriented things. But sometimes time is shorter than talent. So I don't want to spend hours tweaking out in Photoshop, which I know I will. It's kind of the thing where you give a chef, you know, here's a basic piece of meat and the bechamel sauce, and you got to go from there. They still come up with something incredible without going into a whole bunch of unnecessary tools. So when Spark came out, I want to call it about 3, maybe 4 years ago, I started playing with it. And I thought it was great because it'll allow someone who didn't have a metric S-ton of experience the opportunity to be able to do the same type of work that, say, an accomplished designer would do with templates that were set up kind of by accomplished designers. And even if you don't want to use a template because you want your thing to be fresh, that's also a possibility too. So without a little further ado, I'm just give you some basics of this. You can send me questions, comments, or feedback directly through the chat on YouTube. I will do my best to pay attention to it as well as try to keep up with the feed. This may become a little bit challenging. My normal partner in crime who helps me do these things, Topher, is MIA today. So I got to learn how to do this the hard way by myself, one man banding it. Or you can, you know, hit me up later. Just drop a comment in the standard YouTube. Of course, it would always helps if you subscribe. But if you have any, you know, questions or anything you want to say, just, hey, throw it out there and I will do my best to get those handled for you. So initially, quick reminder, you can find me on YouTube. You can do a simple search for Doc Rock Tips or Doc Rock 808, and that will get, you know, sort of access to the channel. But let's dive right in. Seems as if I wasted about 4 minutes explaining crazy things. So here it goes. And note to self, remember to put a marker to tell people how to jump straight to the learning part. Let me press this button here. Okay, there's my screen, and let's hope this is all working well. And set up my chat where I can see. So this is Adobe Spark. Wait, must take the requisite water. it says create beautiful graphics, web pages, videos, stories, and more. Today we're going to focus on graphics. I will get further into the video stories. I don't really use this for web pages. Squarespace is my swag, but I will show you. So basically, real quickly, you get some great typography, nice imagery, lots of professional themes, and these are all shareable. And as it shows you here on mobile and web, I actually use this to make my YouTube thumbnails. Like, it's a pretty incredible for that. So let's jump in without reading all of their advertisements. Here's their basic specials. Okay, you got Spark Posts, which allows you to make posts for your social media stuff. You have Spark Page, which is again how you do the web stories or web pages. And you have Spark Video. Spark Video allows you to make really cool social media oriented videos. So I'm gonna go here on the plus real quick. This is where you go to set up your graphics. Now, these are some of your options. You'll see right here in the center of the page, these 3 buttons. There is I'll make the mouse fat. There's graphic, there's web page, and video. We're going to start with graphic. Okay, so you can start with the template. You can start from scratch. Actually, if I can get back to where we were, I want to show you that if you go from here, these are some of the popular things that they have. Here's a social media graphic. Here's something for like a photo journal, like for a web page. Here's a slideshow that you could create. Here's a invitation, a flyer. They do Facebook covers or collages. Now, when you want to, using photos for social media or graphics for social media, there's an Instagram post, Facebook cover, Facebook posts, Pinterest, YouTube thumbnail. Again, I use this a lot for YouTube thumbnails, Twitter posts. And what's cool is one of the questions I often get from my friends in business trying to promote themselves on social media, they go, what size should I make a file in order to promote it on, say, Facebook or Twitter or something of that nature? Well, you don't have to remember these sizes because if you're using this, it's already there, right? The sizes are already set up. And you can pick from any one of these cool templates, or you can just start something brand new. So what I like to do is, again, click on graphic here, and then you can start with, something that's kind of set up based off of your brand, or you can do featured, right? So in these featured, these are some sort of ideas, and they'll do things like seasonality. They'll do things like promote some food that you ate, some type of flyer. So I like to look in here, find something that has a, kind of design to it and roll from here, or you can always start from scratch. So let's do one of these remixes quickly just because I think the remix concept might be faster for tonight, but again, we can always go in further and sort of show you what's popping if you want to be more original. The collage thing is really great when you're trying to promote an event where you want to show multiple images. Let's see what's popping in the lifestyle thing. This time of year, everybody is posting their sort of random quotes, like everyone's always posting their random quotes. Let's start this. Let's do this Instagram one right here. A lot of people are going to promote events on Instagram. So you have a photo, you have a large, enticing word, play right here. Then you can give your branding and whatever your hashtag is or things like that. Now you can divide this up by pressing any of these buttons. It will go ahead and spread the, design around using various techniques to kind of get that one that you're looking for. The ghosted overlays, the floating square in the centers. You can do grids. Like, the options are endless. So this is cool to kind of play around and figure out how you want your flyer or whatever to sort of stand out. For this particular task, I kind of like this concept. Now, you could come in and move the graphic more in the middle. You can resize it so that these guys are smaller and the graphics is bigger. And this is all real simple stuff. You see this little button here? You just kind of play with it. And you can always move it back if it's something that, you figure you don't like. Maybe you want to make this bottom part here a little smaller. You can just play with it. This is pretty wide open. You can do just about anything. Now, since we're working with an Instagram post here real quick, one of the first things you might want to do is go in and do some coloration of the photo in the back. Now, we're not going to make a flyer about birds, so we're going to switch the image. So up here in the upper right-hand corner, there is the word image, or you can press this one here. Now, this one allows you to replace. So here's what's cool. You can search basically free photos that have been cleared with the proper rights in order for you to use them in your flyer. This is probably not Hawaii, but it kind of looks Hawaii. So, I can throw that in there. The other thing you can do is you can search for something that you're looking for. Let's say you wanted to do a barbecue. Here's a really cool one if you wanted to have a barbecue, bunch of friends over. Let's show a photo of a steak on the grill. Kind of line it up, see how it plays. It plays really well with this green color. That's kind of not my kind of steak, so let's go back here. Let's replace that again. We got dogs, shrimps on the bobby. Was that offensive? You got to ask nowadays. Here we go. Some kebabs. It's kebabs. Why do people say kebabs? It drives me batty. Anyway, so let's line it up. We're going to talk about meat on a stick. Again, you can play with the filters real quick to kind of make it pop how you want to pop. In this case, the half muted look looks really cool. Okay, so I'm going to come to my next panel. I want a color that vibes with the color over here. So I might go for, I kind of like this sort of, I guess it's a shrimp. It could be a kimchi. I like something in that flavor, a little bit more barbecue color. Let's go here. Now, let's say this is close, but you're not quite 100% cool with it. You can pick up the eyedropper, and we can actually grab the actual color from that piece, which is great because your eye does a lot better when you're seeing color that is also re-represented somewhere else. It's just something about the way the brain works. So once again, I'll show you. Grab the eyedropper here. Let's say we want to come off the tomato, or we want to pull off the cucumber. And the cucumber, in this case, doesn't look fresh. This yellow pepper, that is a little too nuts. This piece of ham, nope, not feeling it. So I'm going to go back to what we pulled off of that potato that looks like kimchi. We're going to roll with it. I'm feeling my Korean side today. Okay, that looks great. Now, let's talk about this barbecue. Let's see. What's a good one? This is super silly, but let's roll with it because you can be silly. Hot in her. Okay, boom, click it. There's my new graphic, right? Now, you got fonts. It's Adobe, right? This is an Adobe product. You got fonts. You got fonts for days. You can sit in here and play in fonts until you go crazy. And even if you decided, don't use lobster, that one's played out. But even if you decided that there was not enough fonts in here and you wanted to use your own, because maybe you're working on something that is company branded. It's a company that you your own thing. You got your side hustle on or your main hustle. You want to use that font, you can upload it. Over here, there is a position that allows you to upload your own type. So as you're in the font section, if you don't see something that you like, you can always upload your own. So you can press this button here and select the font directly from your computer. We're going to stick with what they have. Use a little Beboss new. And again, you can play with this. This is just text, right? You can do whatever. I know my text I picked is kind of stupid, but Hey, it's just a demo. Um, Now we can get into the cool stuff. Here's some text effects. Like if you want to get different looks going on, kind of play with it. See if anything pops your socks. Maybe you don't even wear socks. Okay, so here's a cool thing. Um, if I'm going to roll with this particular one, I'm going to come to shape and then work with the padding here, right? So that I can make it look a little fresher, you know, have a little piece that sticks off into the graphic and it just adds a little movement so your eye isn't reading straight, you're kind of letting your eye jump across the page a little bit. So we just let it leak out just a taste. And again, you can change all this stuff. This is what's really cool about this. Nothing's really set in stone. Everything is sort of in layers. Okay, we're going to talk about a barbecue. Uh, all right, we're going to have a little barbecue in my spot. And just pull the graphic out. I don't like the lowercase s. I don't know why I let my fingers do that. And again, just come back over here to the type, pick a different font, something that's probably a little less crazy, uh, like that one. I like it because it has spikes, and the spikes sort of represent the skewers. English, actually my first language. I don't know what's popping here. We're gonna swell it up a little bit just so that it screams as much as the first. Again, we can play with everything from line spacing. We can play with opacity here. This order thing allows you to say what's living on top and what's not on top. If I go to the shape here and, you wanted to put it in a box, that didn't work. If you wanted to put it in a round box or a triangle box, in this case, I kind of don't want any box. I just want it to be left alone. It looks better. Now, going to come down here to the bottom. I want to change this piece. This piece seems to me as if it came from like a logo or something. So this is known as an icon. If you notice here, when you click the plus in the upper right corner, you have the option of adding a logo, adding an icon, adding a photo, or more text. So what I want to do in this particular case is replace the icon. And I want to put grill just to see. Oh, nice. Here's a sweet one right here. I'm just going to click that. And then I'm going to go here and get the grill up, click this piece of text, and don't want my friends drinking up all of my stuff. Learn how to press the right buttons, Doc. Okay. Put a little BYOB over here. Oh, there you go. If we're going to roll BYOB, we're going to change this icon again. Made me think about it. See if this works. Nope. Let's try this. There you go. This is better. I don't want people drinking up my stuff. So we're just gonna make it a little bit bigger. And then what I would do from here, honestly, is add my BYOB part over here so that it kind of flexes. And then in this white space, I would put sort of the date, time, and address. Now, real simple, without doing a lot of work or without, making this hard, we're able to throw together a really quick Instagram post. But then, let's say we're almost done, and we go, man, this would be sweet if it were a wide Instagram post, or maybe I want to throw this on Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest. You know what they say? If your man is on Pinterest, then he's Pinterested in men. I know that's a stupid joke someone told me. I thought it was dumb. Anyway, maybe you want to do a YouTube, flyer talking about your, great kebab recipe. Maybe you want to throw it up on the Snapchat, right? One of my favorites here, Instagram portrait. If you ever wonder, like sometimes you scroll in your Instagram feed and you see that long, like takes up the whole screen view. That's normally a photo that was taken in portrait mode, and this basically 5x4 or 4x5 are the two sort of. Everyone thinks Instagram is 1-to-1 square, but they actually do 1-to-1. They do 5x4, 4x5, and there's one other which escapes me right now. But Instagram story is a possibility. So you can remix this. You could even pull prints if you want to, but you can sort of remix this guy any way you want. And, personally, one of my favorites is the tall Instagram post. So while we're here, we're just going to reformat it real quick, just to show you that it's possible. Anything's possible. It's almost as if this was a collaboration between Adidas and Adobe. Again, I'd come in right here, I'd fill out my date, my time, my place, explain about the parking situation a little bit. And again, you can resize any of this. If you want to put that in the white, put it in the white. Just move this around, adjust your BYOB. Now, the last thing I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and add a logo. And in my logo, I want them to know that it's me. So I'm going to just go ahead and put my big old head over here, and don't know why it didn't come out transparent, but that's all right. We'll throw the head in that corner, or you can add some more. I mean, you can get really stupid with this, I can put in the old Instagram, what is this? YouTube live feed icon, the one that, folks are used to seeing. Then I'll take that brain icon, boom, you're out of there. All of this stuff is really, really easy to do. And this is just a simple flyer or poster. And again, at the end, you say, I'm not feeling this kebabs. Just come up here to the top, press replace image. You can replace this image, put in something that, maybe fire. Maybe you feel in your Beavis and Butthead. You're about fire, boom, it's in there. Super simple, super easy to do. And the cool about this, now you did the fire thing, this orange is a tad bit muted. Maybe you want to come in and go brighter, Or, again, you can always click here, change the color, and find something in here that matches. So you're pulling, like for like kind of thing. All of this is fun and super easy to do, And what I love about these is once you've created something, you might be like, I play with this too much. My brain is starting to go crazy. I don't want to just stare at this too long. So you could actually go back and look at, things that you've already created and come back to this later, Maybe you want to look at an element or a font that you used and you weren't, quite remembering what font that you used. Here's a YouTube cover I did for when I got my drone. And give it a second to load. The great part about this, all on the web. So what you're watching today is I'm using my iMac here and I'm using Safari. But this works perfectly well on a tablet, your iPads and your Android tablets, because it's basically all web-based creation. So, if I wanted to do another drone video and I just wanted to change where it is, maybe I'm doing drone at night and I'm going to do this in Portland, Oregon, I just come up right over here and put Rip City. That's what they call it, Portland, Oregon. You got to remind folks in case they don't know. PDX OR. Boom. Okay. So easy. Like I can completely just remix this, use this, YouTube, or even in your social media posts, even on your Instagram, there's certain posts you want them to maintain a consistent vibe. So if you're working with that and you're trying to maintain that consistent vibe, just go back in and use some of the same graphic elements, take one of the posts that you created and remix it. And, that helps you keep the consistency. Now, when you do this stuff in Photoshop straight, it's easy because there's so many tools to get away from the consistency. And consistency is something that goes strong. If you watch all of the brand-oriented channels, you watch your Nikes, your Adidas, BMW, Sony, like whomever, like they try to keep a little bit consistent. So boom, just pop in here, remix something that you already created, and you're there. Now, what's cool about this is when you're done, all you do is pop over here to the download guy, hit it real quick, and it happens so fast you barely see it. It's already downloaded to my computer. It was that fast. Or you can go straight to the share button and share it. So, you know, let's pop over to projects again real quick. Just all kind of random stuff. Here's another YouTube video that I did. We'll jump back on the one that we're working on, you know. And once we're here, again, I got my download for Instagram, or I can click directly here and share it. If you're on your phone, you can share it directly to Instagram. But if I say, you know what, I am going to share this to Twitter. Remember, once again, just to reiterate, close that real fast, come over to resize, twirl this baby up till you see little birdie, make a couple minor adjustments as necessary. Again, you just grab this, you pull it down, you kind of stretch it out. I love the helpers that remind you to keep things in the middle. For Twitter here, I'm not going to scream at them too loud. We're going to let it sit like that. Pick up my BYOB, drop it in the center. Again, pick this up, drop it in the center. Pick up the logo, pull them over here. And I love these smart guides, you know, to kind of help you out. And hey, it's remixed. It's ready to roll. Just download real quick or click the share button. Throw it up to Twitter. Like, honestly, folks, this is one of the most handy tools out there. And there's alternatives. And if you're down, like if you don't want to use Adobe, like you're averse, leave me a comment. Let me know. I'll show you a couple of the other alternatives that are out there. This has been the first little live stream, and I hope I was able to help you find some motivation. Again, I did this specifically because my homie James said he wanted an easy way to make flyers without getting heavy into learning the Photoshop. What I will do is I think the next time I will show you how to do this all from an iPad, and then maybe even break it down to an iPhone, which translates to any tablet or any phone. And then on the later in the series, I like to get down and show you how to use the video and social media. That's where it's at. So you can make a really, really quick video with or without video using Adobe Spark. And that sounds convoluted, but I'll show you. Like, it's a great way to do promos for events. I should have done it for a promo for the live stream today. It's just, this tool is amazing. Cool part about it is it's free. Now, there are some advanced things you get being an Adobe subscriber like myself, but you don't have to be. You can just use it straight, right? And I believe there is a platform where if you want to get into it and you want to use some of the higher end stuff, but you don't want to have a full Adobe Creative Cloud because Photoshop is never going to be your life, I do believe there is a premium version that you can pay for. Let's look this real quick. Pull it over here under plans and pricing. If you're an individual by yourself, this is your game, you can pay $10 a month to get this going. Or if you have a team of folks that need to run social media for a whole company, it's $20 a month. But hey, making ads for Instagram and Facebook, or making a YouTube video shine, $10 is nothing, you know. Again, you can use it completely free. If you're an Adobe subscriber, Photoshop or any of the other Adobe tools, you get this. This comes with pretty much any of the Adobe stuff. So that has been me. I am Doc. I hope you got something out of this live stream. I know it was a little fast and furious, kind of getting into the concept of doing tutorials via live stream versus just standard stock tutorials. Hopefully, as I get better at this, I'll be better at answering the questions. If you have questions that come up, being able to spit those guys out. Again, don't forget, like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That will let you know when I do another one. And Adobe Spark, look forward to the next one coming real soon. I hope this helps, James. I'm going to send this directly to your feed. Aloha, I'm out. Look, there's no even theme music when you do live stream. You just got to come over here and press the stop button.